clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my
mysterious. I'm sure you don't even have a job.
My balls keep telling me to let me
Gotta have one to be late to it.
Just let me go. Owers and tastemakers make us no chaser. Gets the blood flowing like a fucking
I just had a complete brain. Welcome to Shop from the Point.
Yo.
Yeah, it just completely left me. Hey, freaking, yeah, I ruined it.
What happened?
I don't know. I just said, like, brain stoppage. Stop. I don't know. Maybe I'm dying. This is it, Jack.
Oh, God, are we going to start with this?
Yeah. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. At least I won't die having told you. Why don't you keep your mouth shut about your fucking rape? Will you? Jesus Christ. Stop being such a bitch freak.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, imagine that.
You weren't honest, but you're like...
Yeah, that's your last words.
You know, we got a show to run here. You guys just there bitching about being raped. You know, like the show must go on. Look, I'm really sorry and everything. You know, but Jesus. You know, can't you keep that shit to yourself? I mean, did you go to the police already? All right, case closed. Have a nice day. Get to work. Get some kills. Get some frags in Fortnite, you fucking jerk.
Jesus Christ.
Is that not what happened?
I mean, yeah. That's pretty much where we're at right now.
Thank you, Turkey Tom. Is that not what happened?
Yeah.
You can sit there and go and tell everybody you got raped. I tell you something, I'm joking about it now. But you watched Keem's report with me yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally was speechless when I heard that.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
It actually,
for a
thanks
person
again,
of
Tom.
color.
It actually knocked the breath out of me. I was not laughing when it happened. I've had some time to take it in. And who says rape jokes aren't funny? It just depends on how you put them out. I have to admit that Keem probably did. This is masterful journalism, if you ask me. Sorry, Kat, you didn't get this story. This is masterful. This is probably his best since he covered the swatting incident where that poor guy got killed. And everybody's saying somebody's going to get killed one day, and sure enough, that was the case. And it really, like, I was watching this whole thing, just waiting for him to screw up, but I really didn't see it. I saw, I think he crossed all his T's and dotted all his I's. And I don't get the feeling that, I think where Keem's got in trouble for, that he's had kind of axe to grind with certain. I think the famous video when he reads all those F Obama, N-word Obama, when he's going after a competitor of phases.
He should have done that to this org.
Yeah, that would be great. I don't think he had an axe to grind with these guys. And I think there's some evidence, I think it's fair to say, that things have changed for the better since Nick's video. And I don't say that as an insult. I say that because I mean it. And I'm sure Keem didn't want me to say something like that. But, yeah, this needed to be covered. And this poor kid, who was. I mean, I'm assuming they didn't get DNA from. I mean, they said there was saliva, but they didn't get the DNA. And if they got the DNA, how come these guys aren't already in jail? That's the only problem that I'm having with this. But I was told by somebody, I don't know how this is good, so really take this with a COVID grain of salt. You can call me. From what I understand, it's difficult to get DNA, saliva off like skin if it's been exposed for a while, even if you haven't washed. Where it's a lot easier to get fluids because they're sort of preserved. How do I say this? In crevices. That's a lot easier to find. That's what I was told. I don't know if that's scientific factual. Let's just point that out. So I'm assuming that the police were able to tell that there was saliva. Certainly there was lipstick on the underwear. Certainly they did. I mean, I can't imagine being a guy that young asking for a rape kit and then going to DramaAlert with it. And assuming this isn't some massive, like I am Alex 4D chess, 5D chess on another level, which I have no reason to believe that's the case. This is incredible bravery. And I can't really put that into terms because I really feel for this kid. I can't imagine. That's got to be tough.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's got to be tough. I did hear somebody say, it's different, or it's harder for guys. I don't want to, put any kind of sexual assault as being any lesson for a female. I think it was probably harder in a different way to come forward like this. When it comes to this department, women are very supportive of each other, and guys are not. They're supportive the way I am not now, but you're always worried about the snickers behind your back. And this poor kid had to know if he was to come out, that those snickers will always be there. There's going to be somebody on Twitter that brings it up just to hurt his feelings and what have you. And I just want you guys to get the gravity of the bravery of this, and not at the same time lessen when females come forward. I don't know if it's socially different. I don't know if it's any easier to deal with. All right. So I don't want to, I don't want to do this, but this kid is, being a straight guy and coming forward like this is nothing. And then Keem, just as far as I could see, handled it brilliantly. I even sent him a note. This is the best work that he's done since. And I remember Tim Pool complimenting Keem on the swatting incident. And, he already went to the police. And I think he went to the right guy, because Keem knows this is where he comes from. This is his background. He knows these gaming organizations. He's got a link to FaZe. This is an area that he's really good in. And I'm glad that he did this, and I would hope that I'd hope you guys maybe think about giving some support to this dude, because the things with these incidents, he's got a lot of great moral support, people saying all the right things, but this story, like all stories, will die one day. And keep that in your head. I know I cover some gaming stuff, but I'm definitely not that. So just remember, if he says something stupid, or he beats your team in the future, or he's not your favorite Fortnite player, leave that off the table, because if it was not for his bravery and not for Keem's just being on it, this organization would continue to not support their players the way they should. And that's all I can say, because I hate doing this type of stuff. I know I've put sexual stuff off the table. I think this story is too big and too important. I'll try to get a joke in here when I can, but this is so I think that what we're going to do is we're going to watch it. I want to thank Freak ahead of time for doing some great work, and of course Matt, as always, being the leader and the charge here. We got a lot of other stuff, but we're going to watch Keem's video just to kick it off. Sound like an SJW, so brave? Well, let me tell you something. Somebody fucking put their mouth over your fucking dick, and you try to come out and do this. And I do think it's brave, and not in the same SJW way. I know what it's like being a guy, and I know how cruel they are. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Ban that fucking asshole from my Discord. I'm not even kidding. Mags 405 con, never come back. Don't come back to me. And look for my Discord too. I don't want to ever hear from some son of a bitch again. I do a lot of fucking rotten shit here. Is there not a fucking moment, like a moment, where I can't give it? Like, you know, I got enough fucking people criticizing me over the years, saying that I don't believe any accusation, no matter what. You know, the things with the SJWs is they use that language when it doesn't apply. It applies here. It really does. You got a bunch of jackasses running around using the buzzwords so they can take out opponents of theirs all over the fucking place. I sound like an SJW after everything I've said? Yeah, try. Have that happen to you.
Listen, fuckhead.
But I'll guess by your fat ass playing fucking video games all day with your fucking Peppy the Frogs, you're too fucking alpha for that shit. Well, let me tell you something, pal. Your side of the fence ain't fucking alpha. I don't see any of you guys in alpha places. Extreme sports, military, things of that nature. That's alpha. And I'm not saying I'm the toughest guy in the fucking world, you know, on the planet either. But you give me a fucking break. You know, some of the biggest badasses I've ever seen in my fucking life are apparently on the internet, and they're fucking alpha. 5 foot nothing, never was on a team with nothing, never served the country, but they love it so much. This poor kid, something happens to him, and he's got the balls to fucking call his company to account. And maybe he didn't see, because they yelled at him when he wanted to talk about it. He could have talked about it with anybody. He already filed a police. They want to give a police report.
Yeah, he went to the police. He
The
did
only
what you're
thing-
supposed to do in that situation.
This kid did everything right from what I saw. Then he went to his, you know, his company and said, look, is there anything we can get the word out on this? Because these guys are dangerous. And they're like, no, man, we don't want any negative shit coming to the... I mean, if these people had any balls or any brains or anything like that, you don't even have to virtue signal in a situation like this. You don't even have to do that. You just go in and say, look, A, B, C happened. You can handle it. But even if they did virtue signal and take it up in an SJW fashion, who cares? Because it's really happened this time. It's not a joke. I don't see what's so hard to grasp here.
What is up, DramaAlert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. Listen, we have a very, very heavy story for you today. Serious allegations. Look, this is a two-part thing. All right, first of all, we have a gentleman on the line, a young esport player, part of an esport organization that had SA happen to him. All right, you know what I'm.
Isn't it ridiculous that we can't say sexual assault? Does anybody
yeah,
find
it's
that?
completely
Does anybody
ridiculous.
find this? I mean,
I thought he was talking about Mexican.
Isn't it that we can't be adults? Sexual assault, rape, sodomy. You can't say that shit.
Yeah, it's
And how much you want to bet when all those fucking late night clowns make cracks in that area or in that area? If they say cock or something like that, it's monetized to fuck.
absolutely.
Those unfunny late night clowns in their fucking cultist religion that they want to push on everybody else.
Referring to. It's so serious. There's a police report. There's an R kit. He's got proof of all of this.
Our kid. We're children.
And
Why shouldn't he be able to monetize that? He's not joking around. I can understand joking around about rape. Don't want to monetize that. Actually saying rape kit? They're going to censor us to the point where nobody understands what the fuck anybody's talking about. We take things seriously. We can't even say the fucking word. You don't take it seriously at all. You worry about sponsors. I don't see why a sponsor would have any problem with this, considering the way it's done.
there's a big influencer being a...
And I'm not blaming him at all for this. This is a business, just like news is a business. So they sit there and act, well, YouTubers can't use the language that fucking New York Times can, but, you know, New York Times can. Is ridiculous. Yeah, fuck this, man. They can brag. I tell you something, and I don't care. I don't care if it puts me out of work for life. Break these companies up. They are the biggest threat to our democracies and Western ways of life.
accused of doing this essay. But on top of it, He went to his esport organization, and it seems and it appears, based on the video that we're going to show you and based on the text conversation, that the esport organization was trying to actively discourage him from coming out with
I'll go even farther. Intimidate him.
Story because it might put a negative light on their esport organization. You heard me right. So we got this entire story for you. On the line, we have Jeff. Jeff, what happened? How did you even end up in this scenario where SA allegedly took place?
So it started by Snapchatting. So we.
Another quote. Carlin was right about anything. Exactly what George Carlin said in the 90s. Soon they're going to start calling it an unwilling rape. And he was being hyperbolic, but I really wonder how hyperbolic he was being. Because we're going to get to the point where we can't say fucking words because of who they might offend. So we have to dance around all this. So the more we dance around things, the more ridiculous the language gets. That was his point with being hyperbolic. And we're saying our kid. We're taking the life, if I could quote him, we're taking the life out of these words. It's rape. It's assault. You know? He made the comment with soldiers. When PTSD was first around, they called it shell shock. You can hear it in your head. Shell shock. It's like the bombs themselves.
Yeah.
It's PTSD. Yeah, it's PTSD. Take all the life out of it. And maybe if they called it shell shock in the late 60s and 70s, those guys would have got the help they needed. Because it means something. Language means something. I used to think that Carlin was nuts about that. And he's just like, boy. He called it fascism with manners. Political correctness. That religion I was telling you, the late night coast try to propagate?
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is, fascism.
We were basically Snapchatting. We got invited to like a party later that night, so they invited us over earlier.
Who were you Snapchatting?
Rafi.
Okay.
Rafi and Sir the Star.
Okay. So Sir,
I'm going to say something. It's not an attack on this fucking kid. All right? I'm just talking to young people. Maybe somebody's getting into gaming over here or just in life. I ain't going back to a hotel and fucking watching a movie. I'm not blaming them. Just like, these are not the guys you go back to a fucking hotel and watch a movie with in a bedroom. All right? Not a good idea. And I mean, it's even for girls. If you're with somebody that desires your gender, when you go back to a hotel room, that's an invitation to sex. There's no way around it. Again, let me make this completely, just as a warning. Trust your instincts. Trust the little thing in your head. That's all I'm saying here. These are not the guys. Hey, want to come back to my hotel? No. Drinking? You're attracted to my gender? And I'm saying, I'm making this completely generous here. If you're out drinking with a guy, let's go. I'll focus it on women for a second. If you're out drinking with a guy, right, and he's got a hotel in the place, and he says, "Let's go watch Squid Game," he wants to fuck you. So don't get it twisted, and don't put yourself in a different spot. Now, look. There's probably other pressures here. Were they in some kind of business? His company and their company, because this is where I'm losing it right here.
That I wasn't sure about.
So I could probably, they're influencers. One of them has big numbers. So I think it was more of like a way to like learn. So let me get the company looks at it through the spectrum of that guy's got more followers than we do. Let me guess. It was like a network situation. Like, hey, this guy's doing well in social media. Like, it'd be good to network with these guys.
Yeah. I ain't going back on plumber those fucking guys. There's no reason to lay down in the bed with somebody. Like, I can understand, like, if you're, and you can still get in trouble in this situation. You're with a bunch of dudes, and you all got one apartment, and you're, like, late. But I remember when I was in that situation, one guy sat by the pillow, one guy laid forward. That's the way it usually worked. I sat on the floor. Yeah. Or the floor. Yeah. Because if you do stuff like that, you're sending signals. No, that's the one you're sending out. To be fair, the kid was drunk out of his mind. Again, no, he bears no responsibility. All right, and these guys weren't allowed to do this. If this is what they did, it is alleged at this point. I'm very confused why, if they got saliva, they didn't get DNA. Maybe there's an arrest in the making. I don't know.
You're the star, Rafi. You're Snapchatting them back and forth. They invite you over to their house, and you guys are all together supposed to go to a party, correct?
Yeah, we were gonna go to a party later that night.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
So what happens when you get there?
Color?
We get there, the vibes are kind of weird. They say that they're drunk. They were acting like kind of drunk in the beginning. And then my friend went to the bathroom because the vibes were already off. Like, you knew the vibes were already off. So he went to the bathroom, and he ended up being in the bathroom for like 20 minutes. So I'm just sitting there with both of them, and like, they were talking to me about brand deals and all this stuff. And like, you know, my brain, you know, like I feel manipulated and peer pressured. So I'm like, they're handing me the alcohol, so I'm obviously gonna take it. So I'm drinking the alcohol with them. They didn't drink it though. Like, they didn't. Let me make it clear. They acted like they were drunk already. They didn't drink one sip from that bottle at all.
So they didn't take a sip from that bottle, but they're peer.
And I've heard that move with dudes in frat houses and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the girls feel more comfortable when you're as fucked up as they are. Because then they think, oh, nothing's gonna happen. The guy can't move. I can't move.
Pressuring you to drink. Now, keep in mind, were they underage at the time?
Yeah.
So they're underage, you're underage, they're peer pressuring you to drink. You drink.
I don't know. Somebody wrote, how old is this guy? It's irrelevant. You know, as far as like his actions. I mean, I don't care if he's underage and drinking. It's not like fucking sneaking beers when I was 14. Probably younger than that. Come on, think of it. No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you want to blame the establishment for letting them in, letting serving them, that's a whole different bowl of wax.
Drink with them, and then what happens next? Is your friend still in the bathroom or what?
Yeah, my friend comes like out like 20 minutes later, and it feels like it's been forever. So, long story short, they wanted us to go back and like lay in the bed with them and watch a movie. So we went in their room. They didn't say that necessarily yet, but we went to the room and we were picking out a movie, and they said no to every single movie we picked. It took so long.
And
anyways,
this entire time they're having you drink more and more and more?
No, the whole time when my friend was in the bathroom, they were having me drink. I'm telling you, when the bottle was almost empty, like, I'm telling you. And I'm drinking because, like, I'm nervous and, like, I don't know how to, like, react.
What was the
alcohol?
Yeah, he's got to be under 20. I knew he was under 21 yesterday because he's like, I'm doing this because somebody made me. Well, I mean, nobody made you. You took the bottle, but I really don't give a shit. I mean, I don't think it's irrelevant. I think he's afraid to get charged or something for underage drinking, but nobody gets charged for that. No, right. They don't. You only get charged for that if you have a party and somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure it was like vodka.
Okay. So you end up drinking most of a bottle of vodka. Now, is your friend drinking too?
Yeah, he comes out and he takes a couple swigs of it, yes.
Okay. So you guys are laying down, whatever, you're all in the bed, you know, you're trying to watch a movie as opposed to going to the party. Like, when did things change that you were no longer going to the party?
So apparently we were still going to the party, but it was later, and like, I don't know, so they had us lay on opposite
there was no party
sides of the bed. So it was like one side I was next to Rafi, and then one side my friend was next to Sir the Star. And then we had a movie on, and then they started touching me, and like I told them no, like, I'm not with that, and I texted my friend. I was like, do not leave me alone with him.
Now, so your friend, just to be clear, your friend is bi, right?
Yeah, my friend is bi, and he was also let them know that he was seeing Lorray at the time. So Sir the Star.
All right, I have another rule that I've not talked about. I mean, you've heard of my rules. I have gay friends. I live in pretty much a gay city. There are some things I will not do. All right, I will not go to gay bars. All right, because I'm letting everybody know that I'm gay and hittable, and I don't like that. So why put myself in a position and start a problem? Go to straight bars. I've gone straight. I've gone to regular Irish pubs with gay guys. No fucking problem. In groups of people. Me and Tubbs went out together. He's gay as the days long. Right, but there's certain things, there's certain rules you have. You almost have to be a chick in this situation, right? Just so, not so much because you're worried about the guy getting in your pants or anything, but just to send a clear-cut message. And girls should, think of the same thing, that this is not, I didn't have to do it at the Topes, but if he told me to come back to his apartment, I would have said, no, I'm sorry, can't do that. right? And I don't even think he would have done anything. And I'm a lot bigger than him anyway. Well, not then. He's a big fat fuck back then. But yeah, there you go. It's something to do. Like if I don't know. If I'm with gay men, then I'm not going to send any kind of vibes. I mean, let's go back to the apartment and watch a movie. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Why don't we go back to my house where my wife is and watch a movie? Something like that. You got to think of this stuff. Now, in fairness, this poor kid, he's just that. And he probably believes all the fucking bullshit he hears. I'm just giving you real, nice, drunken uncle advice.
So your friend is seeing LeRae, all right?
Yes. It was like a low key.
You told me off air that you were straight. You had a girlfriend at the time. Is that true?
Yeah, I had a girlfriend at the time.
Okay, so you're straight and you're telling them, hey guys, don't touch me. Like, I'm not into any of this.
Yeah, no, I made that clear with them, actually. I told them I had a girlfriend. I'm still dating the same girl.
So she's still your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens next? What's the last thing you remember before you dozed off?
I remember I was feeling like I've never felt something like that before. Like I'm feeling like, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not feeling like super good, like dizzy and all this weird feeling. Like, and the last thing I remembered was I told him don't leave me alone with this guy because I don't feel right, because I'm not feeling good because like the alcohol. Next thing you know, like I'm in a separate room. I wake up in shock. Like I'm panicking. Like I'm wearing like my boxers. They're cut up. Like I'm
Your boxers has.
Look, straights go to bars with no trauma. Shrug. I'm sure they do. I'm just saying that's the way I handle it. I mean, it'd probably be okay at my age, but I don't want to send any signals. Here's another thing. Let's say I went back to a gay bar with fucking tubs, right? Everything goes wonderful. Go back, drinks, shake hands, and go back home. And some fucking broad said, I saw your husband in a gay bar. When was that? I don't know, like a couple weeks ago? Who was he with? A white guy, I think? I was with Tobes. No, you were with the white guy. It causes all sorts of fucking problems. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. I'm not saying there's a bunch of gay dudes there looking around. You set fucking boundaries. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sure straight guys go in all the time. Set fucking boundaries. I'm not attacking gays as a group. All right. It's just here's the female version of this. Don't go half dressed in a place fucking and walk alone. It's the same shit. It's not an attack on anybody. Setting boundaries, sending messages. Jesus Christ.
Has cuts on them.
Yeah, there's like holes on my boxers.
Okay. So
that's what he said because I was screaming, but he said these holes in his boxers he found.
You sent me a video of you and your friend leaving, and it's time stamped on August 7th, showing the building or whatever.
Yes.
You end up filing a police report and getting an R kit done. How does that happen? Who convinces you to do that?
My sister actually convinced me. I wasn't gonna tell anyone, honestly, because like I don't know, like when something like that happens, it's like usually people keep quiet, and especially like I don't know, it's like something like one of those situations where
my sister's a big hero, if you ask me.
Where you don't know who to tell.
Right.
But my sister basically convinced me to go later that night. Like,
all right. So we have, it looks like they took property from you. Is this for the R kit or is this the police report?
Yeah, for the R kit.
Okay.
Yeah. But they took my underwear too. They have everything. I had makeup on my shirt. Took that into evidence.
You said something along the lines offline that, they had, some type of markings on your private area.
Yeah, so when you do an R kit, they shine a glow light and it shows you all the spots where saliva could potentially be or liquid. And there was some near my private spots.
So you're thinking you're passed out and they're performing, oral.
Here's the thing that I don't get is if they could see the glow kit. All right, that's saliva. That's proof that it happened. But there's no way to pull DNA. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'd love to know. Because they need to get this guy, whoever did this to this poor kid, needs to see prison time. But I don't know if that's even possible. I don't know, the science of this stuff.
Something on you while you're passed out. Okay. All right. Well, this is some heavy stuff. All right. So I reached out to Sir the Star, and his response was that he wasn't even in the room with you, that you were in a room with just Rafi. I wasn't able to reach Rafi, but Sir the Star is saying that he knows nothing about this.
Yeah, but the thing is, it also happened to my friend too. We did the art kits together. We didn't know how to react and stuff like that.
So you and your friend both had this
Yes.
done? Okay.
Yes.
And you and your friend both filed police reports?
Everything. We did everything together.
And you and your friend are in the same esport organization?
Yes, sir. He's no longer a part of the team, though. He got kicked a while ago.
So...
Isn't the DNA swabbing part in the kit? I don't know. But here's the thing. Here's what I do. Here's what I've been told. It's a lot easier to swab. Look, vaginal areas keep things somewhat preserved. I don't know if your skin does. Mm-hmm. So I think if you were to leave, I think, this is all speculation on my part, I think if you relieve saliva inside a vagina, then it would probably be preserved and be able to swab. If it's on your skin, I don't think you can take a swab, or at least if you can, you're going to get a full DNA profile. I don't know. So it's a little easier if it's preserved in a way, and your body preserves it by being its warmth. That's the way I understand it. But again, I want to make it clear, I'm not a doctor, and I'm totally willing and want to be corrected.
You didn't want to tell anyone.
You got to get in there quickly.
And
yeah, overnight on skin, overnight inside a private part. Probably it would preserve longer, I would imagine, because of body warmth.
Looking for someone to tell, for some help, some guidance, right? That's what you told me off air. And you went to the esport organization. What was the reaction from your esport organization known as Xtra Gaming?
Basically they told me not to tell anyone, and I should just keep it to myself, and if I want to go public with it, that I need to not have it extra in their name, because it's gonna bring negative light on their name. And also, I honestly really made me hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna lie, because I look up to these dudes.
Of course, that would hurt anyone's feelings, being in this situation. So you did send in a screenshot of a text conversation between you and Conley. Now, who is Conley?
That guy looks like a punk, huh?
An Xtra.
He's one of the owners and founders of the team.
Okay. So you're talking to him directly. You're telling him in this text conversation that you want to tell your story and you want to go public. He says, I want you to post about it to tell your story. But the only problem is Xtra being associated with it is going to...
What a hero. There's the guy. He'd storm the beach in Normandy.
Shine a ton of negative light on us. You respond...
You know what's going to be worse?
Saying, bet I won't post it. Why did you say you wouldn't post it after he said that?
Because I wasn't trying to lose the position of the team I'm on, because I really like being...
The boss just said it to him. The boss said, don't do it. There you go. Or I wish you wouldn't do it. When the boss says, I wish you wouldn't do something, it's don't do it.
A part of Xtra.
Yeah.
He then responds to you saying, but I don't want you to hold back your story because of Xtra. So if you want to
Wow, you're in real catch-22 here, Conley. You fucking hero.
Temporarily disassociate for the time being, you can do it on great terms.
He fucking offered to fire, but he's afraid to fire.
Yeah, if you want to just walk away.
You want to just walk away? We'll say it was for good reason? Like, hey, Conley, you fucking moron. You fucking write a tweet and say, Jeff left, okay? And then a week later, he comes out and says, hi, they're going to be like, where were you guys, stupid motherfucker?
Why would you write that in a text? Like, why would you, like...
Because, I'll tell you what, greed, money all fucking day. Business. Complete lack of a moral compass. A lowlife. A scumbag. That's how. The only thing this person sees, social media, his company, his gaming company, because that's my dream. And he can't see anything else. It's tunnel vision and narcissism. You name it. Ask fucking Dr. Who's that jackass that puts all those videos on the serial killers? Well, he used to anyway. Dr. Grande. Yes, Dr. Grande, not me.
This is wild. Up to you. Don't want you to hold it in.
Yes, you do.
Reading this, I'm at a loss for words. He's saying, hey, look, if you want to post your story about what happened to you, your SA story, you should probably leave the team. You know, leave the team, then tell the story, and then we'll remain on good terms. That's wild.
Hey, can I get back to the team? I don't know. You're too hot. You're too controversial. Motherfucker. I wish Banks was actually a legit, real badass. Send some guys over to this guy's house.
Yeah.
It's just like, I've been here forever, and there's no way like they don't like support me like that.
This is unbelievable. All right, so you sent me another video that your sister recorded. You're on a Discord call with your team, your esports team, right? The owners are on there.
Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for this. I'm not joking. Because this sounds almost made up and surreal.
Now, let me get this straight. The two owners are this Conley gentleman that sent you the lovely text message, and then this other gentleman, Sly, Xtra Sly, correct?
Yes, sir.
These are the owners and investors or whatever.
Not the investors, but they're the owners. Yes, sir.
They're the owners of this esport organization. All right. You sent me.
You're lucky enough to go through this life and have a sibling as great as this guy's sister.
A call that your sister recorded when you guys were on a Discord. And can you set this up for me? They're yelling at you for sharing your story with another team member because she's gonna leak it, because she has, in their words, loose lips. And this is unbelievable.
Let me hear that again. Hold on a second.
Because she's gonna leak it, because she.
So they're. Now I want to make this 100% clear, just for me. They found out that he told his sister. Is that correct?
No, they found out that he told another female on the team.
Okay. She's got loose lips. I bet she does. That's what you have loose lips about. You know, Conley, like, where are you from? Yo, where I'm from, we keep rape on the DL. Don't be a snitch, bitch. Snitches get stitches. I mean, what the fuck? What's the matter with you? Jeez, I hope this guy walks in front of a train.
He has, in their words, loose lips. And this is unbelievable.
She's a friend. If you guys came to me and asked me for relationship advice, I'd give you guys relationship advice.
I'm sorry, but like, she's a friend because of the business. So we need to like look at why she's a friend. She's a friend because of the business. And at the end of the day, she's kind of a liability at times of business. And all you guys are doing is fueling the liability. David, the reason she's a liability is because she has loose lips. So that's why we're not telling her shit. And you want to know what not telling her shit does? It makes her not a liability anymore. But then you guys are telling her shit, which is making her a liability again. So it's like, it's just like not working, bro. Like, I'm telling you, stop. You can fucking talk to her. She says, hey, what's the weather near you? You can say it's fucking sunny, but that's about it, bro. I don't know why you guys are talking to her about you getting raped. Like, I don't even.
He's even. This is intimidation. All right. Okay. This is pure intimidation. All right. Because he's basically telling her, you're going to get your friend fired. Now she's a liability. What the fuck are you, gangster motherfucker? I bet you're a bitch. A liability? What are you, a whacker? Fuck you. You're a video game player. Let's get real here. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet Mr. Connolly worships FaZe Banks' image?
Probably.
You know, that's one of the things I try to shut that shit down with Barley House. FaZe Banks is an image. He's as much admitted that in court in Ohio. When they asked him about his former profile. Being the gangster YouTuber or some shit like that. I forget exactly what it was. It's an image. That's what we do over here. We kind of cut through that bullshit. I don't have a problem with images. We have one in here too. But, you know, there's a line with this shit. I think Banks would even agree with me on this shit. Yeah, he wants to be FaZe Banks. He's a liability. The fuck out of here. Yeah. How do you like your company now?
Tell him, fucking think about that. Like, bro, like, you actually, like,
Victim blaming.
That's the least of it, sweetheart.
Victim blaming by saying to have respect for yourself for telling people what's wrong. I'm trying my heart out, trying to do things every day at Xtra. I'm almost sold to this shit.
Unbelievable. So I reached out to Conley, one of the owners and founders of Xtra, for a statement. This is what he had to say. We fully support and back Jeff. He has been with Xtra since the early days. This situation happened some time ago, and we've been working closely with Jeff as local law enforcement to conduct their investigation. SA is a sensitive and major issue that needs to be dealt with in full cooperation with proper law enforcement authorities. That's an interesting statement. What was your thoughts when you heard that statement? Because it seems like they didn't really support you. They were telling you to be quiet, and now all of a sudden they support you. It's very confusing.
I think that all of a sudden they support me since you made a tweet, and
really
they look bad.
Because I made a public tweet asking for a statement based on the situation. This is unbelievable. Now, is there any updates with the police investigation with any of that?
Nothing, honestly. LA County, like, I haven't got anything followed up, but I have all my paperwork and all the proof if you would like to see it. I think I've already sent it over to you.
Well, I am waiting on a response from Rafi and from Sir the Star. Sir the Star said that he was going to make a video response that I can include in this video.
And this is the response, correct? Not this right here. So don't believe everything you... No, maybe that's not it. Hold on.
That's not the response, but that's what he put on Instagram story.
That's what the Instagram? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything that's posted on the internet. Brilliant. Well, I mean, look, they get their day. They get to respond, but it ain't looking good.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't even in the room, but the guys both went together. I mean, the only chance these guys get off, this guy would have had to have been lying at least about 60% of it.
Right.
Don't believe everything you read. And they're probably figuring we got picked up by now. And yeah, it's good reason to believe that, unless, I don't know, we have another situation like with the FBI and that stupid Olympian. And everybody's just dropping the ball because nobody can do anything anymore in my country. Nothing operates the way it used to. When we never did to begin with. And we're just finding out because of social media. Norm Macdonald said that. I saw it last night. He said social media is good because he goes when he was Saturday Night Live, he had no idea how many people hated him. Then you find out, like, people really think you suck when everybody's telling you you're great all the fucking time. Social media is really good that way. It finds out. And that's why you're seeing all this bullying and harassment shit come out of nowhere and everybody's a pussy. Now, it's not so much that. It's nobody knew how much everybody got, how much they were hated. Everybody's always blowing fucking smoke up their ass. Like Batman, when he found out that not everybody loved him and thought he was smart. The fuck was his name? And then Sam Harris. That's almost 10 years ago, yeah?
Yeah.
What's his name? Daredevil. So bad with names. Fucking the actor.
The old Daredevil or the new Daredevil?
Old Daredevil. Oh, there's no new Daredevil. Oh no, there is one on now.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck found out, like, Ben Affleck walks around all day, like a lot of these YouTubers, like, you know, I don't know, William Osmond, who's like almost universally liked as it is. And everybody sits there and says, you know, oh, Ben, yeah, Ben. Oh, that's right. I never thought of it that way, Ben. And you start to believe that shit. Social media doesn't allow it. You know, it doesn't allow it. You know that people don't like you, and you know why they don't like you. And who cares if they do? You got any fucking, you know, you got a sack of balls in your drawers. You don't fucking care anyway. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of like how shitty celebrities kind of got away with being shitty celebrities back then.
Yeah, no idea. Stepping down, I want to start out by saying I am truly sorry about this. This is Sly against the other owner. I'm truly sorry about the incident that happened to our former members. Former members? Oh, one of them was former, I guess. When I learned about he can't even write sexual assault in this. Incident in August. Wait, in August? September? October? Yeah, I can't believe there wouldn't be arrests by now. I immediately encouraged our members to reach local authorities in the investigation. The process takes place. Earlier today, a video was released where we handled an incident. I wonder if you were in that call. It was insensitive, not a reflection of who I am as an individual. Well, if you're in that call, that's who you are as an individual. Go fuck yourself. You can be that horse shit or what we stand for as an organization. I take ownership in knowing that I could have taken a more aggressive / public approach. You could have been aggressive and not public. But if this guy goes, I want to go, to the public, I want to talk about it, social media, I want to help other people, I want to warn people about these predators, right? You could have said, well, we support you. Assist our players, and I am deeply sorry. Words cannot describe how saddened I am that I have failed our members, our community. You failed. You really failed. You failed your kids. You failed completely. Fuck the gaming. You failed as a human being. I mean, this is the greatest human failure you can have. People that don't stand up for the right, people that don't stand up for shit in a big spot are the worst. And there's probably 20 other fucking incidents I can go through Slive's life where he took the path of least resistance. And a lot of times we're taught that the path of least resistance is always the best way. Because that's probably how the gaming started. And you know what? It seems like everything, just take the shortcut. So if you take the shortcut the whole time, and when it comes to say, you're going to take the shortcut this time, when it means something. Yeah, if you're trying to make money, take the shortcut. But if you apply that metaphor to every part of your life, when it's time to stand up, you'll fail every time. So you failed as a human being. Words cannot describe how saddened I am. Well, how come everybody uses those words when something like this happens? Words cannot describe. Nobody died.
You know what's interesting about this tweet, and it kind of shows the community? There's no ratio. A lot of likes on this tweet.
My experience after my thing with Gabe face banks, and I think gaming companies are a lot like, I think we underestimate this too, are a lot like, we wouldn't question this if this is a sports team. Mm-hmm. There'd be plenty of people that would support the New York Yankees if they had, under almost any circumstance. And the media would be furious. And I guess that's what represents us and Keem and the rest of us. But, there's always those guys that are just going to support the team no matter what. I mean, I got to be honest with you. If some guys in New York Rangers, assuming it wasn't every fucking member, if somebody's doing something really awful or committed a murder, or I don't know if I should give up on the team. I mean, Mika Zibanejad didn't do that. Rick Fox didn't do that. The management did that, or the coach did that, or something like that. So that's probably the way they see it. What's different about this is the guy that seems to be almost directly responsible. That's what I don't understand. I could see Ranger fans turning on whoever the general manager at the time that was involved in the SA, and our kit, because we're not adults and we can't talk like it, because God forbid Coke would have a problem with, or fucking all the jackass feminists that probably encourage this horse shit in the Wall Street Journal. We can't talk like human beings, and that was the whole point of being on the internet in the fucking first place.
Yeah.
Boy, my life was so much better when PewDiePie was exposed for his stupid joke. That just fixed the world, didn't it? Killed anti-Semitism.
Yep, all gone.
It's all gone. Haven't heard a bad thing about a Jew since.
We did it,
ridiculous.
Boys.
You really want to think about it when you think about fucking hashtag activism and all these fucking people looking to cancel people because they think they're such fucking good people. Well, did PewDiePie end up? No, it just lost a bunch of people a bunch of money. That's all it did.
Yep.
Didn't help not one Jew. In fact, that was in the year 2016 when the event took place. All right. Well, actually, no. The story doesn't come out. My joke doesn't work. Because in 2016, Ben Shapiro was, I think by the ACLU, was the, not the ACLU, the other one. And I fucking forget what they call him. Was the, like, he was the most hated Jew online or some shit like that. He received more harassment than any other Jew.
Right.
I actually kind of like that crown, to be honest with you. No Irish American took more shit than Tommy C in 2018. fucking put in my back wall. Hang it up. Let's see.
These are the screenshots from the video.
Keemstar this is Conley. Hope that's not his real name. He's gonna bring a lot of hate towards Irish people. Me has been eating away at my mental for so long. I want my abusers to be held accountable for what they've done. On August 7th, 2021, my close friend and I were on the phone. Give me 10 minutes. Yeah, cool off. Okay, thanks. I want you to post a story. Such negativity. I can't even read it. Bet I won't post it. Yeah, but I don't want you to hold back your story because of Xtra. I can't. I already went over this. Fully support and back Jeff. Bullshit. Well, these are the people. This is taking accountability when you're not even accountable.
DMs, Tommy. Show me your DMs.
Show my DMs. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, Will Power got in touch with me too late. We'll talk later, Will. We got to plan a day, baby. We'll work this out. Y'all want to put one in the chat. You still want to hear from Will Power? I'm sure you do. Fucking fantastic interview. Let's see. Collins' response is bullshit. Free agent Volley. She's cute. Another free agent. Another free agent. Checkmark free agent. What else we got here? Team Razor drops. By the way, they only picked this up in September. Very good. Excellent. Leaked video of DMs showing 21 different players quitting the esports org. Let's watch together. What does this say? My heart is crazy.
So it's just,
how long I've been there.
Yeah, these are people just dropping. Like,
yeah, good luck, y'all. Go, brother. I still love my time here. It's been a wild ride. I'll cherish the friendship. But in good morals, I can't stay. All right, fair enough. There you go. Hey, guys, going to hold Discord and call for whole situations. Would appreciate if everyone would be there. Check DMs. Not going, probably. That's one of the ones we just saw. We need a statement ASAP. Or on Discord, call soon. Like, literally now. I think if I had to guess, these are all links to the drop. Well, no, it's yo, hi, whatever. Can everyone join Discord at 3:15, please? I can't right now. There's a Grand Royale going.
Oh, that's the other thing. While this is happening, the biggest Fortnite tournament is happening.
Oh no!
So, like all their players are in the middle of the game, and are on stream.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, drop now so you can take the prize money for yourself.
Yeah.
I can't right now. After would be better for most people. 5 minutes. Okay, that makes it. Well, that's their profession, so we can't really. You're playing. It's not just like you're playing a video game. This is their profession.
Right.
5 minutes? Question mark. What time zone is that? 3 minutes. This looks like one of my fucking chat groups, full of dopes and more. That's why I don't go to chat groups anymore. I'm just Discord. I have to talk to people. I need the inflection in their voice, not this idiotic. Do you know any idea what it's like to be in a chat group with Turkey Tom? Do you have any idea?
I imagine
it's mystifying, especially like 17-year-old Turkey Tom, not like the 19-year-old we have today.
I feel like he's just.
We're doing well. We didn't forget you. Well, I just didn't hear from you today. We got time differences. You come on for the pre-interview after the show. I'd love to have you in. We'll take care of that. Don't worry, Will. And those ones are for you if you scroll up. I could only talk soon. Let's see. My time sucks. So he's doing this during the tournament. We're all on the call. Join call 3 minutes. All right. I think I get the fucking point.
I just realized the kid who got me too is the one leaking this.
What do you mean?
So you see the notifications at the top? It's saying liked for hashtag me too. So it's so the kid who's
What are you talking about?
So you see at the top of the a phone how it says followed you and all that stuff? Yeah. It keeps saying extra Jeff. So
okay, yeah. He's doing the Me Tooing. He didn't get Me Too.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah. Jeff is recording this. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah, much love.
So, allegedly, and I'm saying this allegedly, Keemstar was on Nick's stream last night, and he says he has the recording of this Discord call that they're talking about in the voice chat. Now, it could be another Discord call. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But
oh God. Now be careful. These guys are cornered, fucking Jeff. They could sue you.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do it now. Don't give them provocation to. I mean, especially if you're not if you're two-party state. Yeah, sure, whatever. But be careful. When you're a cornered rat, and these guys are rats, you might be doing, you know, put yourself in any fucking danger. All right, we saw that one. I guess this is the actual tweet. Debbie? How do I say this stupid fucking name? I'm a boomer.
Day.
Day. Inside on Day?
Top Fortnite Pro. I think he's the one that just won the tournament and on the 1st.
I swear every time I join an org, it's always the next one for me, bro. Free agent. Snacky.
He also won the top tournament, the 1st.
So that, you know, so I think it's fair to say that this Xtra, while they're not FaZe Clans or Optic or anything like that, this is a team that's going, like, they have impact players. This could be really a future organization.
They were getting like actual top players.
You know, everyone's going free agent. Yeah. Everyone's going free agent. Do you know who's still in the organization right now?
Who's that?
Jeff. Jeff is still in the organization.
Oh, no. Jesus. Well, I hope they can deal with his chin better than we can. You mean Jeff? Oh, the guy we're talking about. Okay, sure.
Yeah, he's still in the organization.
Yeah, Jeff's. Yeah, I don't know. Not for much longer. I'm hoping fucking FaZe gives him a tryout at least.
He really didn't want to. Like, he did not want to leave the organization, from what I heard on Nick's Twitch stream. Like, he didn't want to leave.
I'm sure he didn't. Of course, he wanted this. Everything would have been fine if they would have said, "We support you." So when you made the allegation, all you have to here's all they had to do to save the company, right? We support our teammate Jeff in his battle for this. That's all you have to say. You don't have to fucking call out because that doesn't put you in legal peril if you call out those people or what have you. So we support him, and you support him like by saying, "Look, you got a job. You got to go to the police department. You got to get a day off. You got to do this. We got you." And then, you know, if they pick up the guy, one of these two dudes, and they put cuffs on him, then you could fucking run your mouth. No matter what kind of fan base they have. And then you're heroes. You literally, like, you came from complete villain to hero. And here's the funny thing about this. Being the hero was actually the path of least resistance. And you're too stupid to know that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not much you could do other than say, we support our player. And you could say things like, can we help you with any kind of health issues, psychiatry, stuff like that. I'm worried about negative this, negative. Hey, fucking, you know what they're worried about? They're worried about fucking people going on and calling them, you know, like homophobes or something. That's what they were worried about. Or racist, maybe.
Or maybe people not believing him.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to get called a racist to stand up for something that's right.
Yeah.
Who knew? Reet, who is this?
Another Fortnite pro. He plays with Slacks and Bucky.
I don't know. That's for all you guys. Freak, for anybody who knows, he's our resident fucking esports expert, and really esports drama expert. Yeah, you can't watch everything. You're only one guy. Illest, cool name. What's Illest? Any info on them?
Fortnite kid. Yeah. Just another Fortnite kid.
After Keemstar shed light on what transpired recently with Xtra Gaming, being abused by my father, having no home, etc., I've experienced the disregard firsthand by Xtra. They knew what was going on for months and ignored me. Is that his friend by any chance?
I'm not sure. It sounds like that's what's coming.
They ignored you. This is a child.
He's 17.
He
that
looks
picture
very, very young. I was starting to finally escape my abusive father. Due to my emergency situation, I'm reaching out for help with housing, including anything. Oh my God, I guess his father used to beat him. What a spectacular organization here. So, wait a minute. Being abused by my father, having no home, I've experienced disregard. Well, you can be on the team. We're not going to put you up, kid. You can't get him a roommate? Like, what are these? You know what? If I had to guess, Xtra Gaming's a scam. Because we saw this when everybody called me everybody called me fucking crazy when I said these gaming contracts are bullshit and they're probably illegal in the state of California. These 80-20 things, and that's what these gaming. I mean, they're no better than with Machinima. They just suck. Yeah. They just take your tournament win and take everything and tell you and act like they're giving you something in return. It's literally like, well, I'm not going to pay you, but I'll give you clout in return. That's what some of these gaming organizations are. So let me get this straight. This child, he looks like he's fucking 10 years older than me. Can't believe he's 17. I experienced disregards. They knew what was going on for months and ignored me. What the fuck is going on here? Disability, abuse, neglect. So, like, why is he on GoFundMe? Why aren't you guys taking care of it? He's a pro, right? Or he's not really a pro and you're just sucking him out of money. As of October 2020, my father, myself, and 2 other brothers know the police report against him are being removed by district attorney. My name is Jansen, now a caregiver of my 17-year-old brother, Aaron. He was born with recessive dystrophic erythematosus. I'm sorry, I apologize. It is a rare skin disease. It's the skin to scrape off a blister like a burn. What the fuck? My dad wanted Aaron to look more into disabled in the government to his... My dad wanted Aaron to look more disabled to the government. Oh, no. And to his own social circle. He's trying to get money. He created a nonprofit organization investing in Aaron's money. And now he's using it not to fund EB awareness. But a vacation in Bora Bora with his girlfriend. Boy, you think your parents suck, man. Remember this. Aaron's hands or fingers are fused together because my dad wouldn't bandage them. When you have EB, blistering and scarring and webbing occurs from friction. So he's got the Mr. Glass disease for skin.
Something like that.
Like fucking Xana's got the Mr. Glass disease for fucking muscles. Yeah. We were able to get Aaron's medical records. He had missed over 140 appointments, surgery, dilations, dermatology, dental, transfusion, and more. Our family financially and housing situation isn't livable. We're living in a one bedroom, no air conditioning, small tub, indoor or outdoor. But you could have used this to raise money. Was this going to bring you negative attention?
No.
My name is Jansen. My 17-year-old brother, Aaron. This is the kid. What, can you play video games, kid? Yeah, but my skin's falling off. Hey, you better get on. Gotta get that victory royale. Some people in this life, they're set up for failure. And sometimes the people that set them up for failure do it on purpose, or in this case, complete and total neglect. This is a cause celeb. So is fucking the other one. This is the easiest way. They're probably screwing this guy. And how much you want to bet they were stealing from all these guys? They're fucking tournament money. My brother needs to rest.
Oh my god! I just saw a video. I just saw the thumbnail for one of his videos.
Unbelievable.
What's the? What was that kid's name you were talking about, Tommy?
He messed up.
With the disease.
This is the disease. Apparently, this Jansen is the guy, the older brother that wrote it, and this is his 17-year-old brother, Aaron.
That's a lot of money.
Aaron is the name. Aaron.
Okay, this kid went viral. If this is the same kid, this kid's name's Aaron as well. He went viral on a channel called Searmore, who is a VR channel that does interviews.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
A couple years ago. This is where we're getting this. Thing Xtra is.
Oh, he talked to Adam Sandler.
Did he?
Yeah.
So, like, in this interview, they talk in VR, and like this kid was telling him about his disease, and I watched this interview a while ago, and I was like, when you were talking about it, I was like,
where's Xtra? Is Xtra Gamer in this? This is kid in VR talks about living with rare disease. It's the same kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer
Says
is
if you wanna
throwing
get-
away his Chinese audience for a better crack at the American youth.
I was born with a very rare skin disease called.
The story just
recessive-
gets worse and worse the more you scrape onto the surface. Yeah.
So I found the story time video that he
It's the
did.
exact fucking same.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, it's him.
Dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa, but I know that's a long word, right? So let's just call it the butterfly condition. Since it's called the butterfly condition, my skin is as fragile as a butterfly's wing. Any light friction,
How is he playing games though with his fingers?
He plays with his feet.
They signed him.
So he plays like Fortnite at like a streamer level with his feet.
At a streamer level, so he's a content creator.
Yeah, he's a content creator, not a pro.
They're using disabled people to probably make money too. I've been saying it for years. You know, everybody said I was nuts sticking up for fucking Tfue. I'm sorry, these guys are the enemy. You stick up for the players. Until the players get unions that are fucking corrupt, you stick up for the players because the company's going to take advantage of them. That's what happened in baseball. All right? They screwed those guys for years until somebody stood up. And now the baseball union's corrupt. So let's wait till we get there to deal with that. Let's cross that bridge when we get there. Fucking 80-20 contracts and shit like that. Fucking outrageous. And the idea is like, well, I wasn't giving you cash, but you wouldn't have all this if I didn't have it. Give me fucking cash. Give me what the contract says. You know, Tfue took a blue for a lot of years. And his career really hasn't been the same since. Because a lot of say, I like FaZe, and FaZe is long. They don't understand the fucking economics of it, or how much or how little they're taking. All they can see is like, well, all he did was grow during this period of time. Yeah, what's in his fucking pocket? And how much did they make versus that? Always stick up for the players. Until they get a union. And then watch that corruption happen. I'm all for a fucking pro gaming union. I'm all for a pro wrestling union.
Oh yeah,
we'll deal with the fucking corruption that is inevitably. I have an uncle. I really don't have much contact with him anymore, but he had been diagnosed with a Lou Gehrig's disease. Thankfully, it turned out that he didn't have it, but he's showing all the signs at the time. So we had a talk. You know, it was basically, I'm checking out, son, and I want to have this man-to-man talk with you on the way out. Thankfully, he's still alive today. I'm sure he's got a lot wrong with him, but he said something. He had started not a parish, that's a Catholic word. When you start your own Christian sect, what do you call that?
Ministry?
Yeah, his ministry or something like that. He started his own ministry, and I think it's because he was living down south in the Midwest and stuff. He got a lot of kooky Christians out there because we're Catholic, you know. Yeah. So and he starts telling me like the reason he did it is because there's so much corruption, and he's bitching about mega churches and you know how he felt like the Catholic Church rips people off and blah 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 and this that and the other thing. That's why he started his own ministry. And I said to him, I go, and he says our ministry isn't like that. Now I'm a younger guy, and I'm saying, well, what makes you think that it won't be like that one day? And I was expecting a plethora of bullshit. He looked at me, it will. When I'm gone or I'm not in charge, this will be something that it wasn't intended to be for somebody's back pocket. He says, that's human nature. You know, he's like, and you know, he goes, we're flawed people. That's why I go to, he's like, that's why I go to church. I'm flawed. People are flawed. It's guaranteed to happen eventually. And I thought, as much as I'm an atheist, I thought that was extra special self-awareness. Because you can't, people are going to do bad stuff, and you just try to mitigate it. That's why I love the Constitution so much. Because basically the Constitution says, we're fucked up! We're crazy! Yeah. We'll kill each other! And it assumes that. You don't ban guns, well, people can have guns either way. So these are we'll put a rule set, make it a little more difficult. I love our Constitution. It basically says, we're fucked! It recognizes human nature and the human condition. So yeah, so like with any of these, like, you start a gaming company for all the right reasons, and it just gets corrupt. It's just all you can do is mitigate it. You know, because there's bound to be bad people, not even psychopaths. Psychopaths would be the worst case scenario. They're just not going to do the right thing and pretend they are. Yeah. Can't mankind get one W one time? No. They're not supposed to. That's my uncle's whole point. You have to stop thinking that human beings, like his whole thing is like human beings are like you're talking about mankind. Like, they're not what you're told they are. No. The evil is normal, not the other way around. The good is the exception. I believe that totally. That's why I'm so forgiving of people, when they do bad shit. I think you got to get laughed at, you got to get goofed on, and you got to be forgiven. Because you're just a human being at the end of the day. And then there's some things that cross that line, obviously, like, sexual assault and murder and stuff like that. But, it's like this. If you get drunk and you crash a car and almost kill somebody, you deserve to be shamed. And then you deserve to be picked back up because you're a human being. And human beings drive drunk.
Right.
That's the way I see it. There are some things that you need to be punished for the rest of your life for. But not all of them. Certainly not squeezing a woman's ass or talking dirty or breaking one of the whatever tenet or canon law of the woke that should see you punished for forever. So it says Tim Pool and Joe Rogan pointed out when they had Jack in there, the Nazi that he is. They told him it's like, yeah, there's suspensions, but there's also no road to redemption. Not trying to sound too Christian here. I'm an atheist. I just don't carry the card, and I don't go to church, if you get my drift. So, yeah, this is fucking unbelievable. Yeah, so it's the same guy. So he's being abused by his father. They're not being supportive. They're using him as because look at the freak that plays video games with his fucking feet. Super. Super. Now, I'm not for gatekeeping. Blackballing is illegal. But if it happened to those fucking guys, I wouldn't bitch. It's like the right people for it to happen to.
Yeah.
You're black-pilled now. No, you're not black-pilled. You're white-pilled. Stop expecting humans to act extraordinarily good because they never were in the first place. They're all animals at the end of the day. You know what you got to do? You got to do what I do. All right? You got to watch lots and lots of nature programs about Africa, because Africa is where you really, really get a buzz. And you realize something. Everything eats each other to survive. Is the lion heartless because he bites the fucking neck of a gazelle until he stops breathing so he can consume it to see another day? Is that evil? No. That's how he gets through. Now, it's a little different for human beings, I admit. But I don't expect a fucking lion not to bite the fucking gazelle, if you know what I mean. Everything eats each other. Philosophy with Tommy C. And when you take that in, and you're like, I remember Joe Frank, the famous radio guy, he used to do the voiceovers for this, and he was horrified. He realized this entire planet eats each other at all times, and there's no other choice. And then you realize that's not evil. It is. It's no eviler than a fucking Venus flytrap or a tree. When you start to get that, you can, you can't do that with morality. That guy just murdered somebody. He's just human. That's not what I'm saying here. But you realize that there's no perfect system, and people are going to do horrible, terrible things. And then when you accept that for what it is, instead of going on, oh my God, everything's so fucked up and it used to be better. It wasn't. It was never. It's just human beings. Accept what the truth is. Fix your worldview. Because if you're let me tell you something. If you're constantly saying to yourself, philosophies with Socrates C, thanks so much. If you're constantly saying to, oh my God, the world's so fucked up. I can't believe this fucking happened. I can't believe this. And you actually mean that. I can't believe it. Your worldview is untrue. What you're seeing, what you believe isn't true. I don't know about you, but shit don't surprise me. It's a rare occasion. And usually when I am surprised, I'm like, you know what? That does fit. Especially when it comes to people. So it's like this. Like, I can't believe that girl turned me down. I fucking hate women. No, man. That's it. It's women. Same thing goes for you ladies. I got cheated on again. Guys suck. They're terrible. They're this. They're predators. Check your worldview. How do you see men? How do you see women? What are you right about? What are you wrong about? Maybe your worldview is fucked. Because you keep getting disappointed. That means you don't fucking know something. When I got cheated on the fucking first time, I threw a fit and I got arrested. Second time it happened, I'm like, I'm out of here. Fuck you, bitch. My worldview changed. I don't even hate the second bitch. I don't hate the first one, come to think of it. She's human. And humans do terrible things. And they do terrible things to hurt other humans. She puts her pants on the same way I do. There you go. There you go. All right, we got callers? Socrates. Yeah. I like that. Socrates C. I'll start calling myself. Brian on the air. Go. Shoot. Jerk.
Brienne.
I hate you. Brienne? Oh, what's up, baby? All right. All right. Captain Cafefe, are you guys going to let me down here? I'm going to put Sitman on. I always count on Sitman.
Unmute Captain
Cafefe. What you got, man?
So, 2 questions. First of all, Xtra fucking sucks.
Yeah, for real.
All the best. I hope he's here. I hope he's listening.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Do you think that this kind of coverage from Keemstar is going to get the police to expedite their investigation?
Well, if they're lagging, yes. But something I might have to fix my worldview. Maybe the cops are that incompetent. Nothing would surprise me at this point. You know, expedite. Maybe it's over. Maybe they couldn't get a full DNA profile. Ever think of that? We can maybe you got to go to know the science. Just because you have the saliva doesn't mean you get the full profile. I don't know the science well enough to give you that thing. Just because it's filed doesn't mean you get a full DNA profile. It could be that, like I said,
there's somebody in the YouTube chat who's been saying that they work in a forensics lab, and they say that saliva is less easy to get the required.
That's what I was told. I said it during the show. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
So if again, I'm going to be gross again. It can be preserved in like a crevice if you catch my drift. All right.
Right.
But if it's on your skin, you know, maybe not. If it's in your ass or it's in your pussy, it's probably a lot easier to fucking get. It makes sense to me because your body warmth keeps the fucking thing together. Otherwise, it just evaporates, I would imagine. But keep in mind, I want to make this abundantly clear. I am not a forensic scientist. I'm not even that fucking smart. In fact, I'm pretty stupid. And I'm going by stuff I hear, and I can't really give credence to somebody in the YouTube tab that says they work with forensics. Not that I don't believe them, but I got 137 people here right now, so I got to be as accurate as I feasibly can. It makes sense. Could be wrong, and fully right, but that's the way I understand it. The way I understand something may not. You've seen me read, you know. So there you go.
That's fair. One more question. Kind of irrelevant but related. Keem went on Twitter and put up a video where he called out H3 and Cat 10 Barge.
Let's watch that right now together. What do you say there, sir? I think I saw that myself. I'm all for that one. I saw it. And he makes
yeah. What do you think the response? From
Let's watch again. I want it fresh in my mind because I remember it having quite an effect on me when I saw it. Yes. And Cat 10 Barge, who's been in contact with me, it's we want to get these creeps. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. He's out. First of all, I'm going to say this right off the bat. He's spiking the football. All right, a little bit. Okay, I don't know if that's a good idea, but considering the recent events and Cat 10 Barge's fucking wonderful organization with Dave Portnoy, I got to be honest with you. I'm enjoying the spike to football. You know?
In fairness, it wasn't Cat 10 Barge's investigation.
No, yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, but that's our guy.
Yeah,
that's our guy.
Right.
She walked into our territory, playing games, telling her to fucking get check marks and fucking. If you ever lose your channel,
I don't know exactly what Ethan's going to say, but it'll probably be something along the lines of...
The most frightening thing Cat 10 Barge ever said to me is, like, if you ever lose your channel, we can get it back. Because it just reminds me of the situation with Dankula.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's so similar. All right, here we go. Here's Keemstar.
Ethan Klein, Cat from Insider. Today I ran a serious story about sexual assault on DramaAlert. And
you're not a journalist. Who do you think you are?
One of the parties involved, they had a sponsor called Razor. and Razor dropped them. And I just want to point out to both of you that Razor...
Yeah, Kat did publicly support the article. That's a good point, different worlds.
...did this on their own free will. I didn't run a campaign and a hate mob to go spam Razor. In fact, I didn't even mention Razor.
That's true.
I didn't reach out to Razor and ask them for a statement because they sponsor this team. No, I didn't do any of that. Razor just saw what was going on.
He would in the old days. Actually, right. But maybe he's changed. All right, let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Going on and made a decision on their own.
And comment, cop. Look, I haven't lost any of my fucking fairness. He did bad stuff in the past, but you got to judge him what he's doing now.
What you guys do is activism. What I do is journalism.
What you do now is journalism.
And I also troll. We're not the same.
This was journalism. You've done your own activism. Not for politics. So.
Keem may want to be careful with
I don't give a shit.
Otherwise, it's going to start sounding like Jim Acosta.
He didn't give a fuck anymore. And he did a great job on this. I'm just reminding people that he wasn't always perfect. He's done a spectacular job on this. He did it. This is, to me, his second biggest story, and he did a spectacular job on the swatting incident. You know, when you go to people, you're like, I remember Tim Pool saying this. I don't know if Keem knows this. Maybe he does. Tim Pool says when you have somebody like Keemstar that's on the ground, so you're going to get better journalism from it. And I think we probably got the best journalism that we could have gotten from DramaAlert and Keemstar. And here's why I say that. How much you want to fucking bet if Insider or any of these other maybe mainstream company got a hold of this, right? They would have been, they don't understand the gaming world. They would have been using all the fucking lingo wrong. They would have been just, trying to squeeze it into a normie fucking square peg round hole situation. How much shit? Thanks so much, Augie RFC, the great Augie RFC. Is that are you streaming soon? So I'm going. What's
up, Augie?
Yeah, what's up, Augie? Tried to squeeze a square peg in a round hole or what have you. I don't know. In this situation, because it's gaming, because it's pro gaming, I want Keem on it. Period. So that's the thing. Now, I mean, I'll always criticize Keem when he gets something wrong, but I got to be honest with you, and this might as well be the fucking time I'm going to say it. I am going to support DramaAlert heavily going forward, especially if some of my guys have something to do with it. I think DramaAlert is worth supporting because of its historical significance against the internet, and I know the type of people that are getting involved with it going forward after Keem's retirement. So I absolutely and will do absolutely anything I can to support DramaAlert going in the future. Not to mention the fact DramaAlert's a big reason I got my start. So yeah, I'm going to be heavily supporting DramaAlert in the future.
That's a lot of
just
money,
because
I guess,
I think
for a person of color.
I wouldn't have always said this. I think Keem's changed. I hope it stays that way. Right? It's been a couple years now. Right? I will still call him out if I don't agree with something. And B, I see the deaf noodles and the T communities, and I don't see Keem is really. I see Keem as actually an ally in a situation of mitigating them, not a fucking, not an enemy. DramaAlert, I think, is now the best place to go when you want that kind of top flight internet news. I think this is the best place to go if you want it in podcast form. So yeah,
we can also see that Keem has an agenda to put an honest person as the host of DramaAlert after he retires.
Give him that. I mean, he's putting a guy that made a fucking video on. He's working with and he's working with Willie, and I'll support it. I absolutely support it going forward. I think it's leaps and bounds. That doesn't mean I won't criticize him. He knows what I told him during the 2019 baited, and he knows when. And if I don't think it's legit, I'm not biting. I'm not getting along. But yeah, I think for two reasons, DramaAlert's really entertaining. It's a big part of history. It's got some blood on it. All right. But, if he's got the right people in there in charge and he's making his best effort, I support it. Because I'm really a lot more concerned with Deaf Noodles than I am Keemstar. And you can bring up Keemstar saying the N-word or Keemstar doing this, and he's done plenty to me, right? You can bring up all that other stuff. I want DramaAlert to work for the good of this shit. Because here's the thing. You might think what I do is stupid, and you wouldn't be wrong. The thing is, if there's nothing, then the I Am Alex's walk. And I wonder sometimes how many I Am Alexes out there that did walk that we don't know about, that we just take for granted.
How long was Mini Lad platform?
Remember Jabuscus? Yeah, Mini Lad. So yeah, I would much rather Keemstar and people that around him that trust. And yeah, I think right now he's the best place to go right now. And anything that I can do for DramaAlert, anything in any way that I can support it going forward. And this is, I wouldn't say it's not easy for me to say. It's just something I never thought I would say. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Well, I have a prediction for if Ethan responds to that Twitter video.
I don't know.
I don't know exactly what he's getting to, but it's going to sound something along the lines of.
He's not that stupid. Thanks for the call, Cafefe. Take care. Brianna, you're on the air. Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Brianna, all right. How are you? You're very, very low. Get your finger off your microphone if possible. I know that happens a lot.
It's not.
All right, I'm gonna really have to boost you up. Go ahead.
I wanted to just say good on Keem for spreading that story because, well, it has to be done, and he deserves to be able to bring a light to it.
For
have
sure.
People face consequences for shit like that.
And there's already been consequences, big consequences so far.
Like I don't give a shit if you're a girl, if you're a guy, or whatever in between you call yourself. No one deserves to be
absolutely
harassed or assaulted, any of that.
And you think your fellow man would support you and in any way possible when you've been through some kind of horror like that. Not Xtra Gaming, and if they're going to be that sociopathic about the whole thing, maybe they don't belong here in the gaming space. That's my feelings.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that fuck the negativity that your company. Do you want to be known as the people that allow sexual assaults to go on in your company? Like, I would think that would be more of a negativity.
Yeah. I think they were just afraid of the social media account they were up against. I have to let you go because you're just a little too low. You'll hear it when you flip back. But thank you for the call. I appreciate it.
Finally I got in. So.
All right. Well, fix your phone and call back. You sound like reasonably smart. Right. So call back later. Let's put in another fantastic person. Kitten Fantastic. How are you? How can I help you?
Wow.
How are you?
You were asking about the DNA. So they can extract DNA from
saliva. Hello?
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
We can hear you. Yeah.
It was real quiet. It can be taken from saliva for up to 96 hours, according to the Journal of Forensic Science.
Okay.
They're going to take his boxers.
Yeah.
Those will be sent off to be processed for
this
DNA.
happened in August.
Isn't he in SoCal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Backlog.
Could be. Okay. That's some hope. Could be. Yeah, LA. I think LA County.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, fair enough. That gives me hope.
And then if they don't want it to all blow up in their face, they're going to try to find some DNA from the guys he's accusing.
Yeah.
To test it first before even arresting them because they do have a social media presence.
Yeah. What do you think? They're sitting outside waiting for them to smoke a cigarette and put it out and then run up and put it in a fucking bag?
Go to a restaurant, grab a fork, throw out a cup.
Yeah. See, if they can get it that easy, how can they not get a fucking thing? Well, can you get a warrant for DNA?
You can.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder about that.
But then that all blows up in the media too. Yeah. I don't know how big those guys' platforms are, but
enough for them to ruin their whole esports organization over it.
Oh, no, I meant the guy that's being accused, and then the other guy that's being accused. I don't know how big of platforms they have.
Yeah, I think
they probably just handle all that a little bit weirder out there.
One of the guys is a big deal. That's from what I understand. One of them is a big deal.
Yeah,
that may be why.
One's a big deal. So I don't know what to tell you. All right, let me take the other calls. Kitten, it's good to hear from you again. It's been a minute.
You too.
All right, take care, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Kitten, fantastic. All right, I bring in the chicks. Even chicks my age. Thanks for donations. Hey, can I Belisarius? I can't say your name. I can't say it. Let me get it right. What's your name? Belisarius?
Belisarius.
Thank you so much for your generosity over the past couple of days. But go ahead. What you got?
It's cool, man. It's cool. I'm happy to support the show.
Thanks, so.
Listening for a long time. I was just thinking, this is a rough podcast to cover. I know you don't typically do
I hate doing these, but I got to be honest with you. I felt great doing this one. It's not the same old bullshit, or accusation that's unfounded. There's something here. It's not over. We got to give those guys the benefit of the. Because here's the thing. Let's pretend Jeff's lying. Look how they treated him when they believed him. Fuck them. I don't care what if Jeff's lying, then Jeff's a scumbag, and he's gonna get the pantsuit off them. But fuck that team either way, because if something really happened, and we have this other fucking kid that they're more than likely, if I had to guess, using because he plays video games with his fucking feet. Yeah. So yeah, fuck Xtra either way. If for some reason, I don't believe for a minute, if this kid's lying, I don't give a fuck, because look how they treated him when they believed he was raped.
Yeah, like this, like that would have been a hell of a drill to fail. Like, maybe I misunderstood something about this story, but like, what would have been the cost for Xtra Gaming just to come out and like maybe help this kid?
Here's my guess: they had a bigger social media presence than Xtra Gaming combined. That's my guess.
Well, who?
I guess one of the accused rapists.
Yeah, that's fair. So they were worried they were gonna get fucking buried.
Yeah, think about this. You guys suck. And there is let's put it. I don't think this changes it, because when I say you got to stand up, sometimes you got to stand up to accusations of homophobia and racism, and maybe that's what they're afraid of. And I'm sorry, that doesn't get that does not get them off the hook for me. That doesn't get that's a society. If that's true, it's a societal problem, but you still got to stand up and do the right thing.
Yeah, they ducked down through Foxhole and took the easy route.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't work because they were worried they were going to get canceled like 20 minutes. It was going to take like 20 months for the whole court process to get done and validate their position. But that's like an entire career gone at that time.
Yeah, they're just thinking Path of Least. If I had to guess, they got everything in this world from the Path of Least Resistance, and it worked well, and they were successful. So they thought they would apply that to every part of their life. That's what I think. No. So it's really like I can't believe it. People I don't know, why would you do this? It's much easier. Fuck, you could have virtue signaled. You got to understand, people don't always look at the world that way. And I can only imagine what it's like to be running a up and coming, much less successful up and coming esports league. I imagine that's 24/7 and then some. Right, that doesn't excuse. I'm not excusing their behavior. I'm not excusing their lack of empathy. But I'm sure there's an element of that. You can't be attending to absolutely everybody's problems. But when it comes to fucking rape and my skin's falling off and my dad's beating the shit out of me, yeah, you do. Especially if you're profiting from these people's skills.
Right.
So.
No, it makes sense. I mean, either way, this is a hell of a story to kind of bring. I mean, Keem isn't gone for DramaAlert yet, but like we're reaching the end of his.
Yeah, we're reaching the end. Yeah,
it's a hell of a capstone.
I think Keem should come back. Here's my suggestion with Keem: let Willie do it. Get another guy to back up Willie. Okay.
Yeah.
Let Diorio contribute in his way, right? And then come back once a month and do one.
Yeah, that would be. Or
work with the other guys, make it easier. Because here's the thing: I made the comment and I got to be wrong, that I think Keem is coming into a big amount of money, which I still think is true. And the reason he wants to tone down is because he doesn't want to get sued. All right, and he doesn't want anybody picking up that money. I don't no longer believe that, because if that was the case, he would just close the channel. Because as long as somebody's out there with the DramaAlert name and his name's on it, and he owns a company, he's going to get fucking sued eventually. True. So I think my initial thing was wrong. My guess is there's either another business opportunity that either needs more of his attention.
You went out for a second.
I did?
Yeah.
Just like 3 seconds.
Oh, really? My guess is that he... that wasn't me. Maybe they thought I was fucking running the trial. Yeah. They've been clipping guys all day that have been showing that trial. Maybe, or this something is going to be more of his time, or maybe he just wants to. The other guess I have is, he was having a great time on Fousey 2 last summer, Maybe he wants to do more of that shit, and he feels like he earned it.
Well, yeah, more like just more promotion.
That would be more out of his character. That's out of his character, though. I don't think he can have fun for too long without trying to work. I don't think he's like that, but yeah. But whatever it is, and again, we're going to support DramaAlert going forward. Especially, I'm just really, I couldn't be happier with the people he picked.
Yeah. Who did he end up picking? Sorry, I haven't really.
I don't know. Everything's preliminary. It's all up to the air, but he's giving what I like to call. I mean, they're their own guys. I'm not saying this is kind of a thing I got in the Army. He's given my guys a decent shot. already. You know, he's given Nick a shot with the documentaries, and he's given, and I hope it works out.
Very reason why you couldn't.
And you know what? I gotta be honest, if it doesn't work out, I'm cool too. You know, I'm not gonna like whatever. I hope it works out for everybody. I think this is fucking great. And you know, there's people I really trust in there. I think Keem's improved dramatically. It's, you know, 2019. What's that? 2020. It's almost 3 years ago. We're pushing 3 years ago. So, yeah, I'm really happy with what's going on there. And you know, all I ever give a shit about is the truth. If I didn't care about the truth, I would have fucking lied more and maybe had 100 fucking K. And except when we punch up over here, sideways and down, and fucking just deal with the fallout. You know?
Right.
You know, but it's, you know, not everybody can do that. And Keem's got a big bullhorn, and that bullhorn can be used to right a lot of wrongs. So that's what's important to me. That's the whole reason I went into fucking war with him to begin with. Wanted to right a wrong. You know, I felt that I led my soldier credibility to him when he was at his weakest, and then I felt like he used it. I felt like he disposed of it. He's like, yeah, thanks for your soldier credibility to shield me from criticism. Now get the fuck out. And that was our problem. But you know what? That was 5 years ago. So I don't care.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. 5 years ago, Baited broke up next month. So it's tough, even with all the crappy things. And here's another thing: is like you said crappy things about my family. I've said crappy things about his family. I've done everything to him except dox him that he's done to me and others. You know, so yeah. So I just don't care anymore. I don't care, and that's it. Really, I think I'm talking to Comment Cop. I just don't care. I can't get upset about it. Give me Comment Cop. Give me an issue that I can care about. Teach me how to care. There's an old saying. All right, thanks for calling. Take care.
No worries. Take care.
Mari, you're on. Mari, you're Cuban?
I've been following this since
yesterday.
Oh, holy shit. This is a fucking shitstorm if I've ever seen a shitstorm.
Yes. Well, it seems to be calming down because it's unlike most storms, like nobody can seem to hold on to the tree. Everybody's being swooped up into the hurricane and circling oblivion. Good.
I mean, like, fuck. Good on him for not sitting there and being held back by the company. Good on his sister for being a fucking like badass and saying, "Nah, fuck this shit. You need to come the fuck out." And props to the fucking like female friend that was like, "Nah, this shit needs to come the fuck out." Like,
I mean, I want you to look at this. If you look at me now, look at the picture of this kid. Wow, this is really. This might be, outside a murder or a beating or a suicide, one of the more shocking things I've seen on camera when it comes to human cruelty.
She's a friend. If you guys came to me and asked me for relationship advice, I'd give you guys relationship advice.
I'm sorry, but like, she's a friend because of the business. So we need to like look at why she's a friend. She's a friend because of the business. And at the end of the day, she's kind of a liability at times of business, and all you guys are doing is fueling the liability. The reason she's a liability is because she has loose lips. So that's why we don't tell her shit. And you want to know what not telling her shit does? It makes her not a liability anymore. But then you guys are telling her shit, which is making her a liability again. So it's like, it's just like not working, bro. Like, I'm telling you, stop. You can fucking talk to her. She says, hey, what's the weather near you? You can say it's fucking sunny, but that's about it, bro. I don't know why you guys are talking to her about you getting raped. Like,
some of the biggest cruelty I've ever seen. Not only is he threatened to fire her, but he's actually got nothing. That is one of the cruelest things I've ever heard.
That is really.
I mean, if you think about it, did you watch my podcast yesterday? And I speculated on what these guys were doing. I was literally joking around what they might be doing.
Like, this is good. God, they took the fucking like pages out of like how to be the grimiest fucking trash company ever.
Yeah.
And went with every fucking play. Silencing the people in your company, telling them not to speak to someone because she has loose lips. Why? Because you think it's going to make
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly. I'm a guy. I don't trust fucking girls with shit like this. They might open their fucking trap, and you can't intimidate them like you can intimidate a man. You can intimidate a guy with losing his job or fucking beating him up or some shit like that. You can't intimidate women like that, and that's why they were screaming and yelling in circles like that, because they knew how fucked they were. That's why. That's why they were panicking. What you were hearing is two men panic. That's what you were hearing.
And they shouldn't be intimidating anybody with any fucking thing.
I wonder if there's some kind of maybe not something criminal, but something libelous. something they're liable for. Let me rephrase that. I wonder this might be illegal what they're doing.
This really might be.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how this continues to play out.
I mean, can you imagine? I'm not sure I worked as a plumber, and something like this happened to me, and the plumber said, "I really can't have you going to the public for something like that. Your job's not fucking guaranteed if you tell people you got raped." I think that company would be fucked.
They would be highly fucked.
I can't imagine there wasn't a law against that.
The fact that we stigmatize men coming out with them being raped, with them being sexually assaulted.
No, we don't do it. Men do it. Men do it, and I know the culture better than you. It's just the way guys are. It's the guys can be mean. Like, you know, we always say like women are mean. They're supposed to be gentle with sex, but they're kind of mean. Women are mean in their own way. This is the way guys are mean.
I mean, fuck. Women ain't no fucking angels. We are.
No, they're not. They're not. But there isn't a woman worth her salt that would goof on somebody for getting raped. Women.
I mean, I would
women
have
comfort people.
Like...
Women comfort people to get raped. Guys snicker. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, all right? I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just telling you this is how it is. That's how it is. And people shouldn't do it. I'm also saying that. But they do it.
Yeah,
and that's why it's so much harder for guys to come out. It's not women, it's guys. Guys much sooner tell a woman that than anything else.
To come out, like...
Yeah. It's hard.
Where the fuck is the men standing up for each other being like, yo, let's
Well, you know what? You know what you women could do? You know what you women could do? Fucking be there for guys, and if you see a fucking other guy fucking snickering, point it out. You scumbag.
If I see a guy snickering at the misgivings of what happened
That's the best
to one
you
of their
can
guy
do.
friends,
Make it socially unacceptable.
Punching that guy in the fucking testicle.
You girl, I wouldn't do that. You go to jail, and he could probably give you a right hook. But you know what better than a punch to the testicles? Just call his manhood into question. What kind of man are you? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be much. That's a bigger cut. And he can't hit you for that. Unless he's crazy. If he has a chainsaw, don't do it. That's my just no. If he's snickering with a chainsaw or firearm, just let it slide. But otherwise, fuck him. You know. All right, get out of here, Maury. I'm gonna take the last call. Bye. All right. And the last call is Sit Man.
Hey.
Sit Man, how you doing?
Well, I want to say first off, congrats to Willie and Nicholas on working on DramaAlert.
It's working on DramaAlert tonight. I don't think they're 100% attached yet, but yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, sure, just like you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I wanted to bring up a video that I was watching earlier. It was Destiny, of course, but I was watching him go after Vivian Wolf for something else now. They were talking about the Kyle Rittenhouse cases and talking about like the incidents and how everything was going. And in this video, Vivian Wolf is defending Michael Renaud, the guy that was saying that he had every reason to shoot a Trump supporter.
Yeah,
he was the guy that ducked into an alleyway, came out behind two Trump supporters, and shot them at point blank range.
Yeah, I know that was. So that was her. What was her? I don't understand. Like, what was her?
No. So she's saying he had every reason and justified into self-defending himself against those. Yeah.
It's comical.
Yes, so she's going on and going off about how he had every reason to self-defend himself against a can of bear mace, and Kyle Rittenhouse had no reason to self-defend himself compared to.
I wouldn't debate somebody like that. I mean, they're so honestly partisan that it just makes them an idiot. It's like this guy's waiting for a bus.
Yeah. They walked across the street. He chased them down.
So what happened? So what happened? How does that?
So they all started going on, and she kept on trying to do it all by defending that, saying that Kyle at least has a trial. This man didn't because he was gunned down by the police officers and FBI. So we don't know if he was absolutely
was he shooting at the FBI or
guilty.
I don't know. I don't think. I will say this. Change the subject because I don't know what that had to do with the fucking we're talking about. I didn't open the phone, you prick, but I'll give you a break because you're sitting there. All right. Fuck, I broke my cigarette. Fuck. That's what you get for playing with it. I think Kyle Rittenhouse is in some serious trouble. And I think some of the evidence could be interpreted that he pointed the weapon before he fired. I don't know how they're going to interpret that evidence in the thing, but I think there is from the way I understand Wisconsin law, you are not allowed to point a weapon at somebody.
Yeah, but
Period.
let
me finish. Really see? Here's the thing. I watched it in motion, not still. My eyes told me, although it could be a pixelation thing, that he pointed the weapon. and I know how to point that weapon, and I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like. To me, it looks like he pointed the weapon. Now, here's the thing. When he pointed the weapon the first time, he was being pursued. Okay? So I don't know if that counts or not. But if that doesn't matter by Wisconsin law, and this is exactly what I thought the prosecution did an excellent job today. If that doesn't matter, that's going to give some, and that's a very left-leaning area, some wacko on the fucking jury fucking license to say, hey, it's the law. You can't point your weapon. Now fucking Rosenbaum's justified in grabbing it. That's what I'm worried about. I think Brett Colruyt has some big trouble. Now, I didn't see this evidence prior, right? And I only saw the still photo that you saw. Now I saw it in motion. I think he did. I think he pointed it at him. But here's the thing. He pointed it at him as he was being pursued. So I don't know if that makes a difference or not. It wasn't like he pointed it at him, Rosenbaum pursued him, and then the above happened. He pointed at him, he ran, and he ran himself into a corner, and he turned around, and it's pretty clear that Rosenbaum was going to at very least tackle him. He never gets near the weapon as far as being able to grab it because he puts 4 rounds in him. So I'm just kind of saying that right now, and like the other 2 shootings, completely justified. 100% justified. Skateboard, drawn weapon. But here's the thing. The way I understand the law, could be wrong. If you, he may not be charged with the other, but he might be charged with Rosenbaum murders if the jury believes that Rosenbaum had the right to chase him. But he started chasing first. I hope, because first of all, that law is stupid. You know, it's all. I mean, it's like the Florida thing I told you about. That poor black woman. This guy was coming in to beat her. She shot the wall, and they nailed her for unlawful discharge. Took her away from her kids and everything. That's the thing. I was like, pull the gun out. You fucking got to shoot it. So what they'll say is he pointed the weapon. That gives Rosenbaum the right to self-defense, and Kyle loses his. I saw it, and I think he drew it. That's what I think. That's what I was telling you. This was not a still picture that looked like a Rorschach chest. This was somebody running in a gas station and turning. That's what I saw. All right, that's what I see. I'm trying to go on this as a juror. I think, in morally, I think Rittenhouse is innocent no matter what. But I understand how left-leaning that area is, and I understand if somebody has a chip, all it takes is one guy, right? And or somebody that's anti-gun. Morally, I think he was completely in the right. All 3 fucking justifiable homicides. But that might not be it's not Tommy's fucking laws. It's Wisconsin's laws. So
yeah, because like when I watched it, I thought he was just raising it up like maybe past his waist, but I didn't think he raised it up.
You can't fucking point a weapon at somebody unless it's got to be like equal force. He was unarmed.
Yeah, all right then. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Then.
So buckle up, Buttercup. That's what I'm saying. I'm not really walking things back because I think he's morally justified. I'm just saying, like, I go by people. You know, people are flawed, and if there's one guy on that jury that had a heart that's stuck into that jury, he pointed the gun. I could see it.
Yeah, I just came in with a different opinion on that thing because I thought, like, looking at the pixels, I really couldn't tell if.
Did you see it in motion? Did you see it in motion?
I'm like got it on the side.
Did you see it in motion? Did you see it in motion from the drawing?
Not yet. Not yet.
Go watch it. Just let me know. I don't know. And maybe it also maybe he was shifting. The other thing I thought of, maybe he was shifting. He put the fire extinguisher down, and it does look like he pointed. Maybe he was shifting the weapon, or maybe he's putting it in a position where he could draw it. But it looks like he draws. Here's what happened: the guy takes pursuit. He throws his bag of fucking groceries at him. Right? Kyle starts to run. He turns around. This is where the point of contention is. It looks like he either drops the container. It looks either he pointed or there's some kind of pixelation problem. He picks up and runs again. Then he turns around, and as Rosenbaum is lunging towards him, and he's lunging towards him, he shoots him. I don't know. I'm saying you can't point. You can't walk up to somebody and say fucking do that. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
because I think morally he's justified. And I think, I got to be honest with you, when it comes to arson, I think that should be viable for deadly force. And they don't have that. They don't have things like that. I had a guy, I remember his name was Angelo. He worked, he's a Brinks guard, armed guard. And they basically told him the way laws work in New Jersey, if you pull it out, empty it. You're better off if you do a warning shot, if you fucking pull it out in the wrong fucking person, and if you pull it out, you're pulling the trigger. It's much easier to defend in court. It's stupid, but I've seen stuff like that in Florida. I've seen stuff like that in New Jersey, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was in Wisconsin or Kosher or whatever their county is. So there you go.
All right. Thanks, man.
Take care. Binger is a wanker, but he might have done a good job. I'm just so if anybody says that I did in the back, what I saw today I didn't like. Now I didn't get to see cross-exam or the defense. Maybe there's a good rationale, and maybe I'll change my mind. But I saw today, I was not feeling good about it, and you know what? Neither is Rakita. So I think it's it.
Yeah,
that's it. I didn't talk to you about that. That I kind of changed my view on.
No, you haven't said anything.
No, I'm saying it now. No, I saw that. I'm like, that looks like he pointed the weapon. And what the prosecution is arguing, and I think the judge fucking said it too. I can't remember everything, obviously, that you lose your if you pointed, then that would give Rosenbaum justification to chase, right? But he was chasing him ahead of time before he pointed. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. You know, he did point it. Yeah, it looks. I'm not going to say. Here's what. I'm not saying he did point it. Right? It is pixelated. Okay. The still pictures are Rorschach checks. When you see the entire motion from dropping it, running, stopping, slowing up, it makes more sense that he did because I think he pointed it to get him to fucking slow down. And he will slow down, and he ran. I mean, some of it was ridiculous. Like, he slowed down and ran towards these cars. Man, that's the direction he was being chased. Get the fuck out of here, Bringer. You know? No, he slowed down because he was running into cars, and he probably knew the guy was going to gain on him because you can't run through a fucking car. It's impossible, as far as I know. So he turned around. The guy was lunging on. He lived a couple rounds ago. You chase a guy. You cannot allow a person, because the prosecutor was saying this is nothing more. You can't shoot somebody for getting in fisticuffs, but you can shoot somebody if you have a fucking gun legally. That charge got thrown out, by the way, and they're trying to take it from you. And here's another thing: if they take it, you can't find out until they take it. You can't tackle somebody with a fucking gun. There's too much danger there. And you're allowed to have a gun out. And apparently the gun charge got fucking tossed. So, there you go. It does look like he pointed it to me. And I can't lie. I cannot tell a lie. Yeah, he got cornered. Oh, yeah, the other ones I'm not... The other ones are so obvious. So obvious. But I tell you, you should be arrested is at Gross Coins. He pretended to defuse it by putting his hands up. And drew. Like a cowboy. This isn't all bitching about fucking Kyle and shit. What about you, cowboy? The Kenosha kid? Fuck.
The Kenosha kid.
The Kenosha kid? I mean, what the fuck are you? Oh, I know. You were looking to kill somebody. You are what they said about Kyle. I don't think Kyle was looking to kill anybody that night. There's absolutely no evidence of it. Unless you think Call of Duty with your buddies in the weekend. You know, leave that shit. Yeah, that kind of fucking moron. I don't know. We'll see. I hope he gets off. I think he deserves it. I don't think anybody will be missed. The guy he shot was a pedophile. Of course, that's not being able to enter. Another thing is, here's another thing about Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum's a mental patient. Now, Kyle couldn't have known that. And apparently, I didn't know if Bringer's telling the truth or not. He's saying that the first shot, which wasn't anybody's, didn't play into his decision to shooting. Now, that's a problem if he said that, into shooting Rosenbaum. I don't remember Kyle saying that. I think Binger could lie on the stand. I could see his defense not objecting to that lie. All right, because apparently can you object in closing arguments? I didn't know that. Okay. So, I mean, I think that just everybody. You know what? Nobody can do anything anymore. That's the real problem. Nothing works. Nothing works. The more and more we adopt this woke culture and woke ideals, the less things work. Just like they did in the Soviet Union.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree.
There you go, Toxic Pip.
Blackstone, 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.